What is up, my friends? It is Wednesday, July 18th. I just got out of the shower. I know I'm not filming in the spot that I have set up to film, but a dog decided to throw up on the pillow that I sit on. I'm not gonna name names, but I'm staring at him right now. Rude. You're so rude. No, but I am also filming from bed because it is past 11 o'clock at night. And after this, I'm hopefully going to lay down and just pass out. I very highly doubt it because the second I say that, my daughter's going to start jumping around in my stomach and keeping me up all night. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. There's a weird spot on the wallpaper. Right there. Now it's going to bug me. Okay. Also, if the camera's a little shaky, I'm sorry. I'm having to hold it today instead of using my tripod because the tripod will not stay on the bed if the dogs move, and then the camera might fall and break, and I don't want my camera to break. It's too expensive for that. This video won't be uploaded until Thursday, so tomorrow, in like an hour. It's tomorrow, but whatever. But I just wanted to go ahead and film it real quick, so that way tomorrow all I have to do is upload it. That'll be nice. Just upload it, and then I can just do the rest of my stuff while it's uploading, because that's probably what I'm going to do. Because I've got a lot of laundry to do tomorrow. A lot of laundry to do tomorrow. Anyway, so I wanted to give y'all an update on life, like I keep saying I'm going to do. And apologize that I did not upload not even one video last week because I had a migraine from one Monday to the next Monday, which was awful. It was so bad, like to the point to where I had a breakdown in the car in Walmart because I was just so tired of having this migraine. I literally sat there and broke down and cried because I was in pain and I was tired of having to do things that I needed to do while I was in pain. And for those of you who either have had a migraine or know what my migraines are like, you'll know, like, my migraines get so bad to the point where I have to lay in bed in the dark and like nothing can be on, no sound. If there's sound on, it's the TV and it's very low, and that's just so that way when I'm not sleeping I'm semi-entertained. Like they get to the point to where I throw up. That's how bad they are. The only time I've ever been sick during my pregnancy is when I had a migraine. Go freaking figure, right? Anyway, 27 weeks pregnant, baby's the size of the cucumber. Yeah, that's about it for that. Not too much to talk about except for the fact that she's learned how to kick and punch at the same time apparently, which makes my stomach do this weird thing to where it like jerks in a weird way. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Sometimes you can kind of see my stomach move now, which is interesting. But what I really want to talk to y'all about is, you know, in the beginning of my pregnancy, I was all about fitness during pregnancy. I wanted to continue to work out, lose some of my body weight, and still keep it to where she can grow just fine. Then I had the subchorionic hemorrhage, and because of that, I had to be on bed rest and not do anything until after I was done bleeding, which meant from about just before 9 weeks until 15 weeks, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work out. Like, if I walked, it would make me bleed more, and that would scare me. There was one time I walked around Grapevine downtown, and it made me bleed a little extra, and I had a panic attack. That wasn't before, before Monday. That was the last time I had a panic attack, and it was because I was scared that I had done more damage and that I was going to hurt my baby, and it was my fault, and Like, I hyperventilated and Tyler had to calm me down, and it was crazy. It's a good thing every time I have a panic attack, my husband's next to me, because he's like, you need to breathe deep breaths. He's pretty good at calming me down, luckily. But like I said, y'all knew I was pretty big into fitness when before my subchorionic hemorrhage. And then after that, I haven't really kept up with it like I should, because I definitely got out of the groove. Because before that, I was at least going on a 30-minute walk, and then I'd go to the gym for an hour when I was done with work and all of that. Well, obviously I'm not working, because I think I've said that in a video before, but because I was unable to keep my job after the subchorionic hemorrhage, because I kept going into the hospital, kept going back on bed rest. Things just happened. Nobody's fault, really. I understood why I wasn't able to be kept on, and I thought it was actually the best choice. Luckily, we were able to afford to live off of just my husband's salary, but things were starting to get a little tight, because we are having to do a lot of house projects. So I was looking for ways to make a little extra money. Now, I started off with the Hello Pink stuff, which still doing, still super cute clothes. They have activewear, which I love, and I can't wait to get some of it because I want to try it so bad. The leggings are super soft and super, super like flexible and comfy, and I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. But I'm not making like any money. I think I've sold to like one person, and I've had like 2 more people that are interested, but haven't been able to buy the stuff, which I totally understand. Sometimes, especially if you've got kids, you've got to worry about what they need before you worry about what you need or want, really. Because, you know, spending money on leggings is not a necessity. It's a want. Sorry, I keep picking at this. It popped up just a little bit ago. Dang pimple. But I reached out to somebody while I was trying to sell the leggings, and she was talking to me about Beachbody, which anybody who knows me in the past knows I've done P90X, which is a Beachbody program, and I lost a good amount of weight on it. I went down from being, I think I was like at 183 pounds to being in the 140s. Once I hit the 140s, I stopped weighing myself, because I was like, oh, after this, it's just, I'm not going to worry about it. It's all going to be non-scale victories. Like, I feel good in my skin now. That's where I want to be. I've hit my main goal for me. Now it's just anything else that comes off is bonus. And I liked being in that area. However, the DVDs, not going to say how, have left my house, and I was unable to continue the workouts because I couldn't remember 99% of it. But I met this lady whose name is Tierney, and she introduced me to Beachbody and becoming a coach, which I had never thought of doing. You know, I love working out. I hate cardio, but I love working out. But, you know, she was talking to me about it, and I was like, well, you know, I'm thinking at the time, I was like, when we first started talking, I was like, I'm 6 months pregnant, so I don't know how well I'd be able to do it. And she was like, oh, no, no, no. They have pre and postnatal programs on there, so that way you can still do the workouts, plus the shakes, the Shakeology. They have, excuse me, they have so many vitamins that some OBs even say that you can just drink the pronatals, or the pronatals, drink the Shakeology instead of taking your prenatals, and just add folic acid to it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I may talk to my OB about that, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I decided why not? I'm going to sign up because I had so much success on P90X, and I want to get at least some of my endurance back before I go into labor. And so today I did my very first prenatal workout. The lady who does the program, her name is Autumn. I can't remember how to say her last name, something with a C. But it was awesome. It was only like a 20-minute workout, something like that. So it's not super long, and it's not super intense to the point to where you can't breathe, which is amazing because, you know, you want to be able to be fit during your pregnancy, but especially if you haven't worked out in a while or you've had a complication you had to stop, your endurance is so low, and you've already got this baby pushing up into your lungs and pushing down on your bladder, so you can't breathe and you have to pee all the time. But she sits there and she tells you what you're doing, why you're doing it, how it's going to help you when the baby's here, and gives you a different way to do it in case the way you're doing it is uncomfortable. And the only one that I still couldn't do with the modification was the very last move. It was like a side plank and then a leg lift, and I couldn't do that because I do have the round ligament pain, and it was too uncomfortable for my body, so I didn't do it. But she says like several times during the video, listen to your body. If something feels uncomfortable, don't do it. Take a break when you need a break, and I absolutely love that. Now, unfortunately, I did find this right before I was going to be going into my third trimester, so I did the second trimester workout. I'm probably going to look at the, excuse me, whew. I'm probably going to look at the first trimester workout just to see what it's like, and see if I feel comfortable doing it, because in my first trimester, I know I didn't have the round ligament pain, so I was able to do a lot more. And then I'm super excited to do the third trimester workout, because that's like the home stretch right there for me. Once you hit the third trimester, you're like, it's almost time. It's almost time. I can do this. And I only have until October. But you know what? I can't wait until she's here in October, because once she's here and I'm cleared by my doctor to go work out again, I'm going to be hitting it hard. Probably not super hard at first, but I'm going to be hitting it hard on Beachbody on demand, and just making sure that I'm getting those workouts in and doing what I can to better myself. Now, one thing that I really liked about talking to the girl who signed me up was, excuse me, was that she was not pushy. She definitely wasn't pushy. She, every now and then she would ask again, hey, you know, do you think you're going to be able to do it? Do you know, I mean, what's going on? What's the situation? Do you have any questions? You know, but she was never like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do this, which I'm not going to lie, I'm doing to Sam. I am. But that's because I know Sam so well, and I like to make sure that she's doing what's best for her too. So like me and Sam sat down and talked about what she can do, when she can do it, when she feels comfortable doing it. So I'm not like forcing her to do something that's making her uncomfortable. I'm giving her options and telling her, I'm giving her her, oh hi Doc. I'm giving her her options and seeing how she wants to do it. That's the big thing. But like, I'm a little bit more pushy with Sam because it's Sam. That's why. Because we're so close, and she knows I would never actually force her to do something that she doesn't want to do. But like, she's super excited about it, and she's actually going to sign up as a coach as well. And I think she's going to do great. Let's see, what else was I had that train of thought. It's gone. It's left the station. Anyway, but another thing that I really liked was the coach that signed me up, she sat down and talked with me. Well, not sat down and talked with me because she lives in Pennsylvania and I'm in Texas. But like, we did a like a little FaceTime meeting, and she was talking to me about, her story, why she signed up. And she asked me, why do you want to do this? And she goes, doing this to be fit, and doing this to be healthy, and doing this for the extra money. Those are good reasons, but why do you want to do this? And it really makes you sit down and think about it. Like, why? Why do I want to do this? And I remembered back when I was younger, my mom would always ask me, well, why do you want to be a musician? Why do you want to be a singer? And I told her, because so many musicians have actually just saved people. Like, you sit down and you listen to a song, and all of a sudden you're not alone. You don't feel like you're the only person in the world who has ever felt the way you felt. If you're in a depression, you don't, like, music can bring you out of it, And sometimes you can sit down and you listen to a song and it can literally save your life. And that's one thing I want to do is, I always told my mom, as a musician, if I can reach one person and save one person's life, make one person's life just a little bit better, even if it is for, 3 minutes, I've done my job. I've done my job as a human being. And honestly, that's how I feel right now about being a Beachbody coach. If I can reach one person, make one person's life better, help one person to realize that you may not be alone in your situations, you may not be alone in a lot of things, but the one thing that they need to remember is that they are the only one of them that there is ever going to be. So they are unique and vital to this world, and they have something to teach everyone around them with their experiences, because someone else is going to have the experiences that you do. It's how you handle them. So if I can convince one person of that and save that one person's life and make that one person feel like they matter, then I have done my job as a human being in the world. Granted, I would like to do it for more than one person, but one person at a time is all I need to do it for. It really is. I just want to make sure that, another reason I want to do it is because I want to make sure that my daughter sees that I am working hard. I want her to see that mommy, has failed. She's failed in the past, but mommy got back up. Mommy tried again. Mommy learned from what she did in the past, and she did it a little differently, and now mommy is succeeding. That's what I want her to know, because when I was little, I was told constantly that I was useless and I was a failure and I was never going to do anything, and I would end up pregnant before I graduated from high school, which, haha, joke's on you, I did not. It actually took medication for me to get pregnant, so there you go. But I don't ever want my daughter to feel like just because she loses or she fails at something to feel like she is a failure. I want her to know that failure is a part of life. I want her to know that when you do fail, you get back up and you try again. You learn from it. It's not something to be feared. Like I was always scared of. I was terrified of failing and terrified of letting people down, to the point to where, it sometimes will even make me sick. But I want to make sure my daughter doesn't feel that way. I want her to see me doing the best I can, and so she can do the best that she can. I'm also doing this because there are things I need to break through. I do have a binge eating disorder. Obviously not diagnosed. It's self-diagnosed. We're going to go with that. Self-diagnosed, where I will go and be on a diet for a week, and I'll do really well, and I'll start to see progress, and I'll be excited, If I'm lucky, I'll go another week or two after that. But then just one thing happens. One bad thing happens, and because one, I can't turn to alcohol or drugs at this point, but because back then, back after I got married, I couldn't turn, or I didn't want to turn to alcohol and drugs, because my husband, or, well, really it was like a stipulation of our marriage, the drugs part, but it was preferred by him that I did not turn to alcohol. Because of that, I would turn to food, and I would binge eat. And for a while, the food would make me feel better, and then I would regret it. I think that also stems from the fact that for a while, when I was a kid, we didn't have a lot of food. You know, my mom would get food stamps once a month, but once that was out, it was out. And we would have to live off of what we had until she got food stamps again. And we were literally, for a while, we would have like tomato soup, bread, eggs, and ramen noodles. That's what was in the house. The fridge was pretty much completely empty, almost, sometimes. And that's of no fault of hers, because she did the best she could. It's hard being a single mom. I've seen it firsthand. It's hard, and I'm glad I don't have to do it. But it's just, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to feel like every time I fail at something, I want to go and binge eat. And yeah, those feelings are going to come up. But one thing I'm noticing with being with Beachbody for like not even a week is that there's such a large support group. Very large. And they're all so caring. Everyone that I've talked to, there was one meeting I didn't get to actually be part of. It was one that I watched a video of later. But everyone is so supportive and so caring. And it's warming. You know, I feel like I don't know these people. I've never seen them face to face. But I feel like there are people that I could turn to. And when I need it, I could ask for help. Which is something that you can't ask everybody for. Because there's people that they're going to, oh, you're just being over dramatic, or you just need to just stop, because you're just taking this all out of proportion and all this stuff. And, you know, it's not what you want to hear. You want somebody to be like, you know, I understand how you're feeling, but you need to think about it. Is this really what you want? Is this one binge gonna be worth all the progress you've made? You know, and I really feel like these people are willing to do that for each other, and I'm excited, so excited to be part of this community. Anyway, I don't want to talk your ear off. This video might be a little bit longer than I already planned on it being, but if you are interested in Beachbody, if you just want to know more about it, you want to know what the workouts are like, you want to know anything, let me know, and I will send you links to anything that you want to know about. Alright? Well, that'll be it for the day. Soon, hopefully, I will be giving you a baby bump update, because I don't even think I've shown y'all my baby bump. It's quite large. It really is. For someone who's small, it's quite large. But alright guys, I will talk to you later. I hope everyone has a fabulous night. I'm going to try and go to bed. Alright. Bye guys.